Oh, Jay Snip here. Just leaving the parking lot of Bob Evans. Got me some biscuits and gravy, of course. And as I pulled in, I saw these repair trucks, for the electric grid, from a name I did not recognize, Michaels, or is that Mitchell's? Let's see, Mitchell's. And there's quite a few of them. There's probably 8 or 9 of them. I guess they came in from, out of state. Not really sure. I see a license plate. Wisconsin. Got a Wisconsin plate. So I'm hoping the power grid's up today, where we are still down. It went down like at, I don't know, 10:30 or so, I think. It's about 10:30 at night on, let's see, I guess it would have been Sunday night. And of course, Monday, down all day, all night. And then today's Tuesday, it's still down. But I noticed as I was heading into work, some of the lights and things that were out then are now back up and working. So hopefully they're kind of making their way out towards where we are. And I'm hoping by sometime today, it's back up. But I may still, I've got these solar panels I keep talking about, with battery backup and that kind of thing, but the majority of what I have is really designed for grid tie. Oh, that's gonna be brutal. I can't put the visor down, it's gonna block you. Anyway, so it's really designed to lower your electric bill pretty big, with the occasional, need to hook up and run some electricity. But my well pump, which I guess many of them are, I didn't know this, are 240 volt. So I was thinking it was 110. It's just a well pump, And I think they do make some that are 110 or 120, but I don't know. Maybe it's normal to have 240. So, my battery backup stuff, all that I had was, I'm talking just main battery backups, like for the house, for the computers and stuff, and the TV. Which I had a couple of pretty powerful ones, Should have been able to, run most things, but they don't do, those things don't do 240 volt. They only gonna do 120. So I'm like, oh, that's interesting. We are not gonna have the water turned back on until the electricity comes back on. So I think, again, for next time, the possibility, I'm gonna kind of think this through. Do I want to get 2 of these little small, like Hondas, the guy was telling me about, and they make some other similar ones that are cheaper, that are kind of the same thing, one way or the other, but you're not using these things constantly. You're only going to use them during an emergency. That they make them where you can tie 2 of them together and give you double the power. So if you've got 1600 watt, these little small 1 gallon generators, 1600 watts times 2. And again, they've got some from Ryobi and other ones that are 1800 watts. They're the same thing. That would be 3600 watts, if you multiply those by 2. And you can, I think, at that point, you can run 240 volt stuff. So I thought, well, at least I'll be able to run my well pump when we needed it, at least temporary on and off, and then once it's primed to back up and there's pressure in the holding tank, I could, plug the refrigerator and freezer and that kind of stuff in. So either that or, another thing you can do, of course, is get a, more powerful, like a diesel generator. They're usually better on fuel, as far as how much fuel they use. Get a diesel that can power a good part of the house up, kind of a thing. Maybe even have one of the air conditioners, like the lower story, the bottom, the first floor air conditioner. But you gotta wire stuff like that up. You gotta have transfer switches and all that. I'm thinking, do I really need all that crap? It's gonna be so temporary. What big deal would it be if I just had a couple of those small ones? But again, I thought to myself, I'd like to at least be able to know that well pump is gonna be on. I don't have to go out there and plug it in and turn it off. you know, so that I can use the remaining power for, you know, the refrigerator, maybe a window AC unit, whatever. And it'd be nice to know that I could run like a little chest freezer, a refrigerator, and an AC unit, and the well pump. That would be, you know, I'd be good with that. I don't know that two of those ones, even at 3,600 watts, would be able to handle all that. You know, I'm gonna have to do a little research and see what. And I'm not even sure what model well pump I have. I took the little cover off of it, but that's more or less it's got like a couple of capacitors or something in there or whatever, but it didn't tell me like what kind of power the thing uses, what kind of amperage. So I can kind of make a little bit of a guesstimate or estimate. But even with solar, you know, I'm thinking, because even at night, you know, because if I do the whole battery thing where I really like, you know, build this solar system out, I've already got it where I could plug this thing in, you know, install it, put it into the breaker panel, and start saving power. But again, I can't do that till I own the house, which should be hopefully soon. And but if I do it and I get an actual nice battery backup system that can handle the well pump and stuff, again, you're going to be using that thing at night. It's going to be running at night, so you got to have enough battery power to run at night, and then when the sun comes out the next morning, you need enough power, solar panel power, to charge the batteries back to full, as well as run stuff during the day at the same time, which I believe I do have enough. You know, we got about 5,500 watts of solar panel, you know, power. I would think that would be okay. Again, just running kind of a minimal thing. But again, you got to buy batteries every, you know, 3-4 years, and they're quite expensive because most of the time you're going to buy like the golf cart 6-volt deep cell batteries. I mean, you could spend, you know, if you got 6 times 8, 48, you know, 2 sets of those, even 3 sets of those. I mean, you're talking, you know, $2,500, maybe 3,000 every, you know, 3-4 years. Most of the time, they're just going to sit there and never even be used. You know, it's again, it almost seems like it's worth just getting a little generator set kind of a thing. And again, I don't need nothing big and powerful, but then again, you know, I'm thinking if this is our forever house, we plan on staying here, it would be kind of cool to have a little diesel generator out there, and maybe next to the well house or something, run a, you know, I guess a number 2 or something wire gauge back over to the main electrical panel, and then literally have a, you know, transfer switch just run the whole damn house, as if nothing is down, nothing ever happened, everything's cool. And the only downside, that it's not too big of a deal though, is, you know, diesel fuel, like gasoline, doesn't last long. Now I believe diesel lasts longer than gas as far as before it goes bad, but you know, they have the additives you can add to it, and it'll give you a few years of, you know, you know, lifespan, which isn't too bad. But again, I thought too, well, I don't even think I'd be doing it. I wouldn't be letting diesel just sit there all those years. I'd actually run the damn thing down, you know, maybe once a year or something, and add more diesel fuel to it. Now the other option, I've seen some of these, which kind of sounds good to me, to be honest with you, is these propane generators. And some of them can work off gas, propane, or whatever at the same time, you know, not same time, but they can use either or. And I thought, man, that wouldn't be a bad idea, because, you know, gas stations and all this crap's out. How many people are out of propane? Not usually a lot of people. Or stations, you know. Now granted, you probably say, yeah, but people who want to make sure their grills are topped off and ready to go in case the power goes out, they're gonna need propane. True, but at least I can grab, you know, a couple of the jugs of propane, or, you know, 2, 3, 4 of them anytime I feel like it. Buy them, of course, set them at the house, and then they just sit there. They're not going to go bad. They're not going to leak. You know, it doesn't go bad. It's gas. You know, like, you know, not gasoline, but propane. And it can sit there for a really long time. And, you know, you got 3 or 4 of those things running in a couple of generators or whatever it ends up being. That doesn't sound like a bad idea to me. That sounds even better than the whole diesel fuel and gasoline thing, to be quite honest with you. So I may try to come out here and at least do, you know, one video or something today at lunchtime or something, just to see what the hell's going on. You know, I haven't been in the loop for the last few days really. Been looking a little bit, you know, reading a little bit at Zero Hedge, a couple of sites. Not really too much into it right now. You know, sitting at the house, it was a little bit warm. Surprisingly, not that warm without any kind of power. It was not that bad. But anyways, just still waiting for the power to come on, you know, that's for sure. So just arrived at work a bit early. Time to plug the old car in, because if I get home and there ain't no power there ain't no plugging in at home anyways. But plug her in at work, let her charge up, rinse and repeat tomorrow. Hopefully the power is on sometime today. My wife's pretty much gonna be home. Kids stayed at my sister's house. They pretty much had power the whole time, and they're in Brandon. So we actually went over there last night for a little bit before it got dark. I'd say right around 5 o'clock, and my brother-in-law was like, "Oh, you know, there's a couple, 2-3 places that are open for, you know, dinner and stuff." One of them's a Chinese buffet. I said, we called one place, it didn't answer, so we were like, okay, we called the next one, but the Chinese buffet, yep, we're open. Went down there. Of course, there's a bunch of other people too, but man, we only waited maybe 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes probably. If that, he told us it'd be about 25, but it seemed a lot quicker. And there was 10 of us, so, you know, all together. Went in there, buffet, tore it up. The kids stayed at my sister's. Me and Evelyn went home and cracked open, well, maybe we're like opened our 2-bedroom windows. There's 2 windows side by side in our main bedroom, and opened the small bathroom window and just let a little bit of a breeze kind of thing. There really wasn't much of a breeze, but man, it helped significantly. I mean, it was like 70-something degrees. It was totally fine. I didn't have any problem sleeping. Woke up, of course, dark. Can't brush my teeth either. Although we had water and stuff, so I'm like, you know, I'm not messing with that. I'll just take it to work. I'll take it to work, get my Bob Evans breakfast, brush my teeth, and be good to go. So, anyways, everybody, we're all fine. The house, I got a email yesterday from the lady that's handling, you know, the part of the mortgage or the underwriting, and she's like, hey, can you, I need 2 letters of explanation or whatever, recent credit inquiries. One of them they should have already known about. It was the second mortgage, because they're splitting this into 2 mortgages, a first mortgage and a second, so that way only the second mortgage has PMI, but the first mortgage doesn't, saving, you know, about $300 a month or so. And I thought, well, you probably should have known that. Maybe she just didn't know, so I replied back, hey, isn't that the second mortgage? You know, what do you want me? Do you still need a letter? The other one was ADT, you know, security system for the house. I can easily explain that. Yeah, there's no new credit. We paid cash to get it installed. But then the other thing, she said, you know, we're here, you know, at a limited capacity, but we're trying to get some stuff moving. So because the storm just happened, I need to send an inspector out again, second time, because of it. Don't worry, you don't have to pay for that this time, like you did, you know, like you would last time. Just to make sure, you know, everything's cool over there. And we're going to try to do that this week as quick as possible. If he can make it out there this week, we'll have him go this week. So hopefully he does. Hopefully it's cool. And again, by next week, hey, let's close the deal. That would be fantastic. Then I could start showing you all the stuff we want to do. We're going to get the fish, you know, the aquaponics, which is fish basically, and kind of hydroponics with it for growing food and stuff. The fish poop and all that stuff fertilizes the plants. Everything stays clean. The plants, you know, eat that stuff up. All you really do is have fish feed the fish and whatever. Every time you go to this little organic farm, they've got a little scoop. You can throw it in there, boy, and the fish are just, you know, it's tilapia. And I'm just thinking that would be so cool. We'll have our own fish, have our own fruit, not fruit, but vegetables and things we can grow in there. And then the other stuff, supplement from the store, like we always do now. You know, I'm not getting chickens and goats and all this crap. It's too nice of an area over there. Even though people have land and stuff, none of my neighbors have freaking goats and chickens and whatever. I'm not going there. I'm not having these chickens crapping all over the place. I'm out there kids are out there stepping in it, dog, no, not happening. But yeah, we'll buy that stuff at the grocery store. So it would be cool though. What I'm saying is to get all that, hey guys, we closed, the house is ours, you know, love and life, we're gonna do this next, I'm gonna film it, I'm gonna show you, you know, it's gonna be cool, man. But can't do any of it until you own the house, so we'll see. Again, may have another video later today. If power's up today, no question. Tomorrow, normal 3-4 videos, whatever it ends up being. I'm gonna try to get with Cliff and Bix. Hey, you think maybe this weekend, possibly, got a little time for some Tres Amigos action? And maybe I can ask him if I remember, hey, you know, I had a few people ask why, you know, why did he choose the crypto report over the Alta report? He's gonna stop doing the Alta reports, as you know, just to kind of see what he said. I told you what I thought. He can't do both. It takes too much time. He has to pick one or the other. And if he's picking the cryptos, and that's making all of us a lot of money doing so, man, that's the better pick. I mean, clearly, right? I want to make money just like the next guy. I want to know which cryptos that we might, you know, get in and do real well, that kind of thing. So, anyways, I'm out. Possible video later, but then again, I'm not promising anything. We're fine. Everything's good. And we'll see what happens once the power goes back on. Take care.